All right, we are going live. Today is December 5th, 2025. This is the Option Genius Show with Alan and Matt of Option Genius. And just be careful, everything we say is only for entertainment purposes. Do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose. Trading is risky. People have lost, people will lose, and they will continue to lose in trading
Yep,
for
that's
all
right.
time.
That's right.
Yep. Everybody
Disclaimer
loses.
over.
Everybody loses. You can't stop it.
Yep, part of life.
Yeah. So, yeah. The trick is you got to lose less than you make.
That's right. Consistent profits.
Most people never figure that out though. And it's not like it's an easy thing. So,
I think a
it
lot
does
of
take
people just give up. They just give up.
yeah, it takes time. I mean, I guess technically if you just put your money in a S&P index fund and just sit on it for 50 years, you probably make money, I think. But the ups and the downs and not being in control, like not having any uh basically, yeah, just no control. You just put the money in and you just hope that the government and Wall Street and the economy and everything just works out properly,
I
hopefully in your
mean, does that feel good to you? I mean, not to us. No,
no.
no.
No. Um
But you feel kind of hopeless, right? It's like,
mhm.
do you just hope that the government takes care of you? I mean,
Yeah, that's another one. Like,
all right. It
okay.
just it
Oh yeah, Social Security will be there. Maybe.
Right, and I think that the market can scare you out. They say scare you out and wear you out, right? With the moves. So it takes a
Hmm.
special person to sit there and put their money and forget about it and just let it go for eternity. First of all, you got to be adding to it, right?
Hmm.
So, and then you got to put your money into the market, right? And then if you're using an advisor, they're taking a fee off that. So it's like you have everything going against you,
Yeah. Yeah, that's the second thing. The advisor is like, okay, I can't do it myself, so I'm going to have an
right?
advisor do it and trade. And I mean, unless the advisor himself has made, a ton of money from the markets, then I don't know if you should be listening to that advisor,
Right.
um, because he's in the same boat you're in. He's a salesman
That's
most of the
right.
time. And whether they're fiduciary or not, they're still pretty much salesmen. They're trying to sell you something. And the whole idea of, oh, just sit and hold and wait and, well, I mean, yeah, you
Well, it's
can, but
it's tough enough to put your money in the market and do the whole hope thing, and then you got an advisor picking away at it. So it's
hmm
just
yeah, they make money on the fees, whether you do good or not. Um, Even if they're like, those hourly where they're just charging you for their time, they're
mhm.
still charging you. And then if they put you into an investment, yes, there are fees for that investment. Whether you go to Vanguard or Schwab or any manager of money, they all charge fees, and that fees comes out of your pocket, um, whether you make or not.
Well, we're all sold this whole
What
issue,
else? What else are you gonna
early
do?
on, right? I mean, you're not smart enough to do it. You don't know how to do it. It's for us. Just keep busy with your life. Look the other way.
Hmm.
There you are.
And then some people say, well, yeah, I'm smarter than this advisor. I'll do it on myself. And they go and they like, I don't want to just put it in an index. I'm gonna pick the stocks myself.
Right.
And so they start picking, and I think everybody, all of us have had that one story, or at least that one time where you did research on a stock, you watched it for a while, you put your money in, and as soon as you put your money in, it goes to the bottom of the ocean.
Yes, that's part of it.
Yep, we've all had that. We all had that experience. It's like, how does everybody have that same experience? Like,
Well, I mean, it can also be the experience that you put your money into, let's say one stock, right? And you were wrong, like you just said. And then if you were, did you have enough time for that to play out, your thesis? It could be, is it 1 year? Is it 5 years? Is it 15 years? Right? You could
hmm
be right. So it all plays into it.
yep. Yep. So there's so much, and then people get scared of that, and they're, oh, okay, I did that, I did the stock thing, it didn't work. Oh, I need to learn more. I need to learn more. That's like the biggest thing, you know? It's like I need to know more because there's something I don't know. If other people are doing this successfully, what do they know that I don't know? So they go down that rabbit hole, and they're like, okay, fundamental analysis. Let's do Warren Buffett style. I think that's
Right.
pretty much the first thing everybody does. And they learn about PE ratios, and they learn about balance sheets, and that's all great. You should know all that stuff, right? But it can put you to sleep. And even Warren Buffett, I mean, it took him years and years and decades to make the money. And
Like compounding knowledge over time, for sure.
yeah, and plus he was trading other people's money. When he started out, he wasn't making money from the stocks that he
No,
bought. He was a manager of money, and he was getting fees in the beginning.
that's right.
And so, yes, he did well in a different time, when everybody did not have all the same information like we do now, where, news comes out right away. Back then, you could find stocks that were undervalued and underappreciated, and people didn't know about them. Um, but then things changed. And so he changed. And instead of buying small, investing, he just started buying the whole company.
Yeah, I think the point is everybody changes, right? It's just, I mean, you could argue that Warren Buffett has changed by way of Charlie Munger, right? He had a different way of thinking on things than he did. So yeah, you do change over time.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it.
Yep. So, yeah, I mean, if you can buy the whole company and it's a good company, then that's great. But all of us don't have those mega million dollars to go buy companies in entirety. So
Right.
we're stuck. So then we go down the rabbit hole of like technical analysis. People get all caught up in that. The moving averages and the Fibonacci's and the bands and the indicators and
Well, I mean, we can get stuck in those silos, right? Where we're just constantly learning and never doing anything, right? You can always be like, like you said, I have to learn more, I have to learn more, and you never do anything, right? So you're just sitting there.
mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have students like that, they keep learning and they keep learning and they keep learning, but when it comes time to actually like how many trades have you done, the answer is not that many.
Right.
So that's a mental block that they have to overcome.
It's different for everybody. You have to like nudge them off the cliff a little bit, right? It's like you have to get in the game eventually. So yeah,
Yep.
for sure.
Yep. So markets today are pretty flat. S&P's up 0.25%. Nasdaq's up 0.4, Dow's up 0.3, gold is flat, Bitcoin is down to 89,000. Where's the VIX? VIX is at 15 and a half, so that's coming down too. And oil's at 60. So, uh, pretty calm day. Today's Friday. So no real news until the 10th, which is
Week.
when the Fed has their big announcement. The September inflation report came out today, and it was light. So if inflation is below what we thought it was going to be, then that gives the Fed more room to cut.
Right.
So, um, and right now it's over an 80% chance that they're going to cut.
So much is relying on this cut, right? There's so much information out there. It's like everybody's waiting for this cut to be true, right? So
Hmm.
even it's kind of confusing to people because you get bad news, like we've had some bad reports and things like that, and you expect the market to go down, but really you're looking at what the Fed is going to do, right? It's more likely, is that more likely for them to cut? So that's kind of what everyone's looking at,
Hmm.
I'd
Yep.
say. But I don't know what the poly market is now, but it's pretty high. I think last it was like 89%,
Yeah.
90% chance that it's going to be cut on Wednesday. Quarter point,
Hmm.
nothing big, but does signal the direction.
Yep. So we'll wait for that, and that's going to be good for, the economy. That's going to be good for lenders. It's well, not a lender. I mean, more people will be borrowing, more people will be refinancing, so that will cause more activity. more liquidity in financial markets. And then, if the mortgage rates go down, we might see people start to think about moving and selling their homes and moving to different homes in different neighborhoods. And so that might lead to a little release of pressure on the housing market where
Yeah.
people are just not selling. So there's not enough homes on the market. Um,
The mortgage rates are down, lowest as they've been for a while. So
for yeah,
yeah.
so and hopefully they keep they keep going down. And so we'll see what happens. But you know, when we were talking earlier about the different things where people, they put their monies in the market and then they basically they take a hit, because it's like it's complicated. There's so much stuff to learn. Da, da, da. And so some people they go and they just give up, like you said, they just give
Mhm.
up and leave.
Put your
But
head in the sand, right?
yeah,
Just look the other way.
but they have to do something.
You have to.
So
I think we all do.
they're like, oh, I got to invest my money somehow. It's not growing. It's not growing. What do I do? I tried this stock stuff. It didn't work. It's too volatile. It's too risky. It's too whatever, whatever. What can I do? And then somebody turns them, oh, you know what you should do? You should invest in real estate. And that's what they're like. Oh yeah, oh yeah. There's so many benefits to real estate. They watch a YouTube video or whatever. They go to
Right, but
one of the free
can you really
seminars.
look at your house as a savings vehicle? It just if you actually say that out loud, right? Like I have my savings account is my house. That makes no sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it's crazy.
Well, I mean, and not just homes, but like, the right now buy an Airbnb and rent it out and it's a business and you'll have fun and you can go and vacation there whenever you want to. And then oh yeah, you get depreciation and you get the renter if you rent a house, you go buy a house and you rent it out. You get
A
actually
lot
get
of
to
work, right?
well, yeah, you get a lot of work,
For
yes.
what? For what? Like 7, 8%? If you're
You get
lucky.
it.
10?
Yeah, I never
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Everybody says different things. Like if you go to a stock seminar, they will tell you that the best performing asset over the history of the world has been the stock market. If you go to a real estate investment seminar, they will tell you that real estate beats the stock market over time. If you go to something else, like a bond thing, they'll tell you bonds are like the best bet. And
Right, and
everybody's got,
they cherry pick the times, right? To confuse you.
yep.
They're like, oh, in the last 5 years, it's been this, the last 10 years, it's been this, but over the last 50 years, it's been this. But
Yeah.
everybody is trying to beat what they call the hurdle rate, the market, really,
Yeah.
what the
Yeah.
market will return.
Everybody
When
compares it to the stock market and everybody
stock
has
market.
to beat the stock market. So
Right.
that always confuses me. Like, okay, if I'm going to invest in real estate, why are you comparing it to the stock market? Like, you know,
I rather compare it to inflation, right? Like what is really happening to your money? And then
mm,
how do you beat that?
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
really what we're trying to do. But
Yeah.
if you start telling people inflation, they hear it, they go out to eat, they say, oh yeah, prices are up, everything, but that's what you're trying to beat.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you just have your money in cash, it's losing money, just
Yep.
sitting there depreciating. We're all trying to beat that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So, a lot of people over the last, like after COVID, remember we had COVID, we had the big stock market bottom.
it was
Um,
so short, a lot of people don't remember.
it was, yeah, it was short, but for those who got caught in it, for them, it was
Super
pretty
scary.
scary because a lot of people got out while it was dropping.
Mhm.
Um, and
Cut that falling knife, right?
yeah, they weren't back in when it jumped back up again. But during that time, real estate investing became very, very popular in terms of investing not in like a single family house, but being one of several investors as a group, like a syndicate, and doing a private investment. So there were lots and lots of companies, managers, real estate funds that were advertising and they were saying, "Hey, we're going to buy this apartment complex and we're going to fix it up and we're going to make it nice and we're going to raise the rents and make more money and then we're going to sell it in like 5 years and we're going to we're looking for investors and you're going to make like 20, 25% on your money. And that sounds really good. Like, oh, wow. Okay. That's a pretty good investment. I don't have to worry about the stock market. There's this professional company that's going to handle all the work. I don't really have to do anything. I just write a check. Oh, wow. That's awesome. That
Yep.
sounds really
Real estate,
good.
that sounds so safe,
I like
right?
that.
Sounds,
Yeah. It's not going anywhere. Nobody can steal it. It's not going to go out of business. It's just a piece of real estate.
people
And
need to
if
live. They need to somewhere to, live for sure.
Exactly. And if it burns down, we have insurance. Right? So they get safe. And so they give money to this manager, and it all depends on how good the manager is. And so um, there was one company, very large company, who got very big doing this called Yield Street. And I don't know if you heard of them,
I remember them. Yeah, I do.
but they raised hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars from individual investors with that same mantra, that hey, it's better to be investment in private investments than in the stock market. And private investments beat the stock market by 20% a year or whatever. And by private investment, they're talking about real estate, but they're also talking about private equity, they're talking about venture capital, they're talking about all these other things. But and the big thing is, this is what the rich do. The rich people, they don't put their money into the stock market. No,
Oh,
they
they're in
have
the
their own.
know. Right? They're in the
Mhm.
know, right?
Yeah, they have their own private investments. That's what you need to be investing in, the private stuff that up till now you couldn't unless you were a multimillionaire. But now, thanks to whoever, I think it was Obama who made it possible for people to invest in private investing without being an accredited investor. And so a lot of people saw this. It's a new thing. They jumped into it, and it's the same story.
Mhm.
It's the same story. They paid a lot of fees, and then a few years later, they get a notice in the mail saying, "Oh, sorry. Hey, that thing we bought with your money, yeah, we're gonna lose all of it. Sorry." And
Right. What is the
so,
objective with these people, right? Come on.
so this company, Yield Street, they
Mhm.
raised hundreds of millions of dollars, and they bought lots of different apartment complexes, and over 30% of their investments are now in default, meaning that they've lost the entire sum of the money. They lost everything. And they've lost like over $50 million month after month after month of other people's money.
I want to change that name.
Uh, I'm surprised you said that.
Yield Street.
Uh, they are currently in the process of changing their name
Okay.
because on their website, it used to show their performance, right? And the performance was not very good. And so whenever somebody thinks Yield Street, they're like, oh, that's a scam. They're really bad. They don't know what they're doing. So they have now changed their name to Willow Wealth.
Willow Wealth. Okay.
Willow Wealth, Willow, Willow Wealth. And they are now, they took off all the performance off the website. So you cannot tell how much they've lost in the past because
We
they're
don't
like,
know
oh,
about that.
it's a new
Sorry.
company. It's a new company. We don't have any performance.
It's a whole new thing.
It's a whole new thing, yes. And they've transferred over some of the old stuff, and now they have gotten other companies to invest in them. And so they are on a blitz for marketing and attracting new suckers to invest with them. And so they have a actual they have a new mascot. And the mascot's name,
Not the
where'd it
willow tree.
go? No, it's an egg. Their mascot is an egg. And his name is, I just had it. Hampton Dumpty. So like Humpty Dumpty, yes, it's Hampton Dumpty. He looks like an egg, and he says that he's learned a thing or two about crashes before. So that's why he's using Willow to diversify his portfolio with private market assets.
They're like, trust us, we'll take you there again.
Yes. And then he tells people that portfolios that include private markets have outperformed traditional ones for the past 20 years.
Hmm.
So without any proof, they're just making claims. Um, and so now they're back and they are actively searching for more people, and more people are going to give them money. And it doesn't look like these guys actually know what they're doing. So it's a sad state of affairs.
Right. There are these
Um,
master salespeople that prey on
Yep.
them.
And I mean, I cannot say that if you invested with them that you are stupid or you don't know what you're doing. Um, a lot of the people that did are very smart people. I thought about it. I remember thinking about it, but I
Mhm.
didn't. And so I thought I was going to be smart, and I went to find my own real estate investment to invest in. And I found this guy who was an operator, meaning that he was the one that was doing all the work. So he was looking for properties, he was buying them, and then he and his team were fixing them up and doing all the work. And I found him through an ad on Facebook and talked to them. They looked legit, and they basically said, "Hey, look, we've done, 9 deals over the last few years, and these are all, like 30, $40 million deals.
Mhm.
We've done 9 deals and we've never lost money. We really know what we're doing." And so I said, you know what? Okay, let me take a shot. The minimum to invest was 100,000, so I gave him 100,000, and that was about 3 years ago.
Okay, I'm waiting on pins and needles for what you're about to tell me.
So they were supposed to, we were supposed to be out in about 4 years, and they started sending updates, and it started with being bad news. It's like, oh, the property was in Atlanta. And after COVID, the laws, the whole eviction process was all gummed up. So you really couldn't evict somebody for like 6 months, 8 months, a year. So
Yeah,
they're
like
like,
crazy stuff. Yeah.
yeah. So they're like, hey, we can't kick anybody out, and these people are not paying us. So as soon as possible, we'll kick them out, and we're updating the property. And one of the updates, they were saying that we are replacing the sign of the property because the sign has too many bullet holes. And I read that and I'm like, oh my God, what the heck am I doing with this? Like, what is this, a war zone or something? Like, this is incredible. I don't, oh, geez.
I
So,
said live in Atlanta. I could probably told you.
yeah, but I mean, like, I couldn't do anything, right? The money's stuck in there. I can't get out. And then the last email that I got, the last update was basically like, hey, we had to go back to our lender because we couldn't make the payments. And we asked for an extension because it was only like a 3-year loan or something. Um, and so we had to have an extension. So they gave us an extension. Now the property is doing great. We're making money, and we found somebody who wants to buy it. But the lender is foreclosing on us because the lender has their own buyer. So the lender wants to foreclose on the property and then sell it to the buyer that they found and make that money that way instead of just letting the property sell to whoever they want and then paying off the loan. So they're like, well, either we're going to go to court or we're going to lose everything. We're going to get foreclosed on and we lose all our money. This is like wonderful.
Not great options.
So you go to court, it's going to take like,
Right.
years. Um, if you get foreclosed on, we lose everything. And it's like, oh, yeah, I should have just kept the money and left it in the bank or just put it in as parked it in a stock. It's like
Yeah.
I tried to diversify. I tried to get
I
smart.
don't know. I mean, there's parts of it where you tried something, right? As well.
Mm, yep.
Um, so lessons learned, right?
Yeah. So I think, yeah, you keep it in, you do it yourself. And it's just, instead of giving it to an advisor, instead of giving it to an operator or somebody else, You give it to yourself, at least you know what's happening. At least you know where it is. At least you know what's happening. You know the it's up to you. And you can go as slow as fast as you want. But um
A lot of people don't want that, right? They don't want to take the accountability when it comes back on them, because ultimately it does. So that's a big thing to overcome.
yeah. But like nobody cares about your money more than you do,
No one. That is a true fact.
you know? So it's crazy. And then today I was reading about tokenized stocks, which is supposed to be the new thing.
Yeah,
So
there's tokenized gold, there's tokenized everything.
yeah, so now it's like, okay, hey, you're not rich, so you cannot invest in companies before they go public, right? So if you want to invest in SpaceX or OpenAI or any of these new startups, you can't do it because you're not a rich investor. And so what do? Well, you wait for the IPO, and by that time, the stock's already gone up, 300-400%, and then you buy it then. So then they're like, oh, well, what if we tokenize the stock? What does that mean? Well, you can go to one of these places like Robinhood's coming out with this, Coinbase is coming out with this. Um, they already have this in other countries in Europe and Africa. They have
Mhm.
this already where you can buy a token of a non-private or non-public company. So a private company, you can buy a piece of it as a token, but that token is then traded on the blockchain. Unfortunately, that has nothing to do with the company. So this is what I don't understand is that, when you buy a stock, you own a piece of the company, but the tokens have nothing to do with the company. The company is not selling the tokens. The exchange is selling the token.
Right. So,
And there's no laws about it. If you lose your money, if it go or if it, and something bad happens, there's nothing you could do about it. Um, how liquid is it? How much is it going to go up in value? Is the company going to go public? Maybe,
maybe not.
maybe not.
Right.
Maybe, if they get bought out, like OpenAI is like, oh yeah, we might go public, or we might just get bought out by somebody and or merge. They might merge with somebody and then they'll never go public. So you lose your money on the token. So it's like all of these
Sounds pretty
brokerages
wild,
and
wild west at the point.
exchanges are coming up with all of these different ways to bet on whatever. And they look at it and they're like, who's got the money? And it's like, oh, the individual investor. They don't know anything. They got money. They're tired of the rich, getting everything. They're tired of this big gap between the wealthiest people and the low class people and the middle class, and they're just fed up with it, and they're taking advantage of that. There's actually three people.
So this is just gonna make it worse.
Yeah,
Just gonna make it worse. Same thing.
it's and it and people are jumping into this, and nobody knew what it was going to do. It's like brand new, and it's just a bet. Hopefully that it'll pay off. So it's like kind of like buying an option, you know. And an
So,
option, if you buy an option, you got to know if the price goes up. You got to
mhm,
know how much is going to go up, and you
and the
got to
time.
know when it's going to go up. This is the same thing. So you're buying this token, hoping that it goes
Okay,
public.
so you would go on to like, I don't know, Robinhood or something like that
Yeah, so
and buy
Robinhood's
the
going to start
token.
this, but they're starting not in the US, they're starting in Europe.
Okay. So you just go
So,
and buy your token
mm-hmm.
and then hope for the best.
Hope for the
Sorry.
best. So you got to hope that it goes public.
Hmm.
But you don't know when. So you're hoping you got to know like when it's going to go public. Otherwise, you're just sitting there holding it. If they never go public, you lose your money. And then you have to hope that when it does go public, the person that you bought it from or the exchange, whatever, has enough liquidity that somebody else will buy it from you because you're not getting a dividend. You don't own any piece of the company itself. You don't own anything. So there's
You're just
no asset
throwing your money
underneath.
out there and yeah, like you said, just betting.
Yeah. It's like hopefully somebody will buy it from you.
I mean, the exchanges are gonna love it.
Well, they're
Yeah,
gonna charge
of course.
fees. they're just making up money. They're just making up stuff. This is like free money from the air. People are
Yeah.
buying, it's like, oh, tokens. Okay.
And it's happening so fast that the laws can't keep up with it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yep. So
Wow,
it's it's an interesting times we live in.
for sure.
All right.
No
No,
token buying for you, huh?
no token buy for me. No token buy for me. If I was young, maybe I'd put like
Yeah, I
$100
mean,
on something.
right.
Um, but nowadays, for me, it's like, am I going to get my money back? That's like the biggest question. I told you this 100,000 that I put into this property. I
And
don't
when?
know.
Hey, how long? All right.
Yeah, it's like I
Always got
don't
to
know.
do the question.
I don't know if I'm getting that money back. I invested with a friend to buy and flip houses. That did not go well. Lost money there, and so now I'm like, yeah, I, it's better off just not doing anything that risky.
Right.
So tokens, probably not.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I love what we do because you put the control within ourselves, right, to make the decisions and play the markets.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. And some of these people, they're like, oh yeah, you'll make 20% if you trust us. Okay, well, we can make 20% over here by ourselves. I don't need to trust you.
Right.
I don't need to trust anybody. I can do it my own. So,
What a world.
what a world. All right. So, how's market power doing?
Market power is doing great. I expect we'll probably have well, it depends on what kind of week we'll have going forward, but we've had a great November.
Mm-hmm.
I expect December to be, we'll see, right? And maybe, who knows, right? What's going to happen. But on average, we're getting some great trades during the month. It's been doing very well. Um, Almost too well sometimes. I get a little nervous. We go on these streaks, right? It's like
Mm-hmm.
80, 60, 20s and 30 trades in a row where it's just, I never want us to get complacent because we win so much. So
Yeah.
it's like, you got to keep sharp
Yeah. November, every trade was a winner.
every trade. Yep.
Every trade was a winner in November. December, with the Fed, we might see some fireworks. Um, and then,
Possibly, but it is, like you said, quiet going into December,
Mhm.
into the
Well, we thought
holidays.
November was going to be quiet, but I mean, we had a good amount of trades. So,
And a lot right near Thanksgiving that we didn't
mhm.
even take.
Yeah, that we didn't do. Right.
There's like, yeah, a
So,
flurry of trades.
and
So,
then,
we're in class and we're talking about it. Like some people did take the trades and it all worked out. Everything worked out. But you know, we try to pick and shoot where we're going to go.
yeah. And then the Phoenix. We had a
Mhm.
$900 winner yesterday. That was really
Yeah,
nice.
9:35 yesterday.
Yeah. So that
It
was
really
good.
did.
Um,
Yeah.
and then, we had our own meeting. We're going to be working on strategy number 3 for market power.
Hmm.
So that's going to be exciting. Um, I'm trying to get some data on that so that we can start back testing that. So that's in the works. Next week, we're having a workshop on threshold stocks next Thursday. So that's going to be for everybody in the club, and we're actually going to make it free for anybody that watches, anybody that wants to join. So we're going to have a registration page. Anybody can put their email, name, and register for that free workshop on threshold stocks. So that's going to be interesting. I've done a lot of research on those, and it does seem that we have a pretty reliable strategy on how to
Yeah, it
make
looks
money from
good.
that. So that's interesting. That's gonna be next week on Thursday. Happy for that. Um, and yeah, everything else is going well. All of the uh, I did have a trade that I had to roll today. My Netflix naked puts. Netflix has been taking a hit lately, so had to roll those. But the other naked put we had in the club, that one expired worthless. So that was good. All the layup trades are doing well.
Layup trades is doing great.
Yep.
We
So
went through every one of them yesterday, and they're all doing well.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So things are good. November, it's a good month for options.
Mhm.
December, usually good month for options as well. So going into the end of the year, and last time we talked about the Santa rally. Um, Probably going to get that. Hopefully, uh, if the rate cut comes in as expected, that'll be a little bit of a boost. I think everybody already knows it by now. So,
Yeah, I think it's kind of baked in to everybody's psyche.
yeah. I mean, the market's up 4 days in a row today.
Mhm.
So,
Kind of a
uh,
little telling.
yeah. And then we're up 4 days of Thanksgiving the week. Thanksgiving week was up 4 days. And then this week we were down Monday and then we're up Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So we're close to all-time highs. So
Yeah.
yeah, we're back. We're back to the top. Um, Overall, it's been a good year. S&P's up almost like 17%, 16%, something like that.
Mhm.
Um, you don't get these all the time.
No.
We've had several good years in a row. I don't know how long this will continue. Um, we've talked about this a lot. Economy looking to get it's yeah, it's cracking.
Yeah,
Even
for
though
sure. I mean, you look at there's a lot of not great news out there,
Well,
right?
even though they said that Black Friday sales or this holiday sale is going to crack $1 trillion for the first time ever. So Americans are still out there shopping, but they're putting it all on pay now, pay later, buy now, pay
Right,
later.
right. That's
So those companies are doing really well, but they're going to be, credit card delinquencies, car delinquencies, mortgage delinquencies,
headed up.
they're all going up. Foreclosures are at big time numbers going up. So,
It's so interesting to me because you have like the fear index, right? They call it is very low. I mean, it's extremely like high. I mean, excuse me, high for the fear index in the market, and we're at all-time highs.
hmm
So it's
yeah.
like,
So,
yeah.
but that we might see what happens in 2026, and the Fed obviously they're trying to get ahead of it, right? They see it
Mhm.
coming, the jobless numbers, and if inflation is low and the economy is still getting bad, what are they going to do? Well, they can lower rates. So,
They're gonna go negative. It's
well,
been
that
done.
that's being
In
undone, right?
Europe. Hmm.
So that also has been weighing on the markets because Japan had negative rates for a long time.
Yep.
And so Wall Streeters were borrowing money from Japan, getting paid to borrow money from Japan,
The Japan carry trade.
the carry trade, yeah, and
Carry
then
trade.
purchasing equities in the US. That is coming to an end because now Japan is increasing
Right.
their rates. So, uh,
Yeah, a little canary in the coal mine, a little bit,
mhm.
I would say.
Yeah. So we see, problems occurring across the world. Uh, so yeah.
But it's what I love what we do is we adjust our strategies to what happens, right? The market starts going down, you have strategy for that. Market goes up, you have a strategy for that. The market goes sideways, you have a strategy for that. So, that puts you in a control as an investor. So that's what I love.
hmm
Love to teach.
Yeah. And like we have to
Not
keep,
to be fearful, it's just to be cognizant of what's going on and you can do anything.
right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we talk about all this stuff that's happening, but the trades are the trades. They stay the same. They keep working, you know?
Yeah, you
So
don't have to get overcomplicated with it. It doesn't need to be complicated.
no, sir. Oh, we're doing the SmackDown today, right?
Yes.
Forgot about that. Okay.
You're gonna forget about the SmackDown?
I forgot about the SmackDown. So this is the first week of December SmackDown. Let's see what we got.
All right. Well, I will tell you before I put it up, last month's winner is sticking with the same horse. So
Hmm.
we'll see.
Yes. I wanted to look at what it was, and it's a leveraged silver ETF.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So silver made a big move. I don't know if it's going to continue. We'll see.
All right. Let me get it up here. All right. Here we go. Some interesting ones here.
All right. So we got Nugget. Purr. What is that, like a cat?
Sure. I never.
It's a cat company.
But I love hearing these different ones that you never heard.
We got
All right,
NVIDIA,
Claire.
AGQ. That was what the one last time.
Asan.
ASAN.
You
I don't
heard of that
know.
one?
No, never heard of that.
Clar.
Clar. What is that? Let's check it out. Clar is Klarna Group.
Klarna Group. Okay.
Uh,
And then Asan.
they are Klarna operates as a technology-driven payments company. Oh, that's the pay now later. The buy now, pay later. I think that,
Perfect.
yeah.
Bingo.
All right. Netflix, Oracle, BM&R again. No, that's
How
not
about
it.
SILJ?
MUS. What is it? SI?
SILJ. So I think
Eh,
it's a silver miner if I remember
Oh,
correctly.
yeah. Amplify Junior Silver Miner ETF.
Okay.
Okay, so that's another one. That's another silver. So we got a couple of people looking after silver. We got one in gold. Qualcomm, Knee. What is Knee?
Needs energy.
Knee, Nextera. Okay.
Xterra.
Nextera Energy. Then MDT is that Medtronic?
Medtronic.
Yeah, Medtronic. They make um they make artificial organs from pigs,
It's incredible.
amongst other things. They make a whole bunch of stuff. But yeah, they're on the top of that stuff. Um, the story behind Medtronic is really amazing. The person who runs the company,
Hmm.
um, yeah. So there was the guy's daughter came down with some condition, and there was no cure for it, and she was going to die. And he quit his job and he went to work researching, and he found a cure himself.
You know what they say? They say necessity is the mother of all inventions.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, yeah.
He found a cure. Then he started doing other stuff, like having helicopters for organ transplants and I mean all kinds of crazy stuff. And now they're doing, the whole pig thing, organs for pigs and then transplanting them into humans. Um, they haven't had too much success yet, but the two
You
or
have to be
three
in the right
people,
space,
the two or
right?
three people that have done it so far, they've, extended their lives for several months. So it's
Yeah.
getting better. Like every time they do it, it gets, they learn more and they,
Especially with AI and, integrating with that.
mm-hmm.
Sure.
Yeah. And then we got Hood coming down there, Qualcomm. Okay. So we got some good names in here. All right. Good luck to everybody. Let's see how we do. Um,
I'm voting for per.
per what? Look, what is that?
I didn't even check that one.
Per
Per.
hyper liquid strategies.
Hyper liquid strategies.
They don't even have anything listed on their fundamentals. I have no clue what they do. It's a $3.61 stock. I have no
Let's
clue
see
what
if
they're
it
doing.
purrs along.
Yeah. Looking at the chart. Oh, this thing just went like public
Oh boy.
as of December 2nd. This
Wow.
sucker's
Okay.
brand new. Okay.
Interesting play. Okay. We'll see.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, you gotta take a risk, right?
It's all right. It's a contest.
All right. Sweet beans. Okay. So we will be back on Wednesday.
That's bed day. So we'll be going
That
live
day.
just we have the decision.
Yes. Yes. And then we'll have the threshold stock workshop on Thursday. Um, we'll see how that goes. And yeah, check your emails for the opt-in link. I'll send it to you. And you know, let us know how we did. All
Okay.
right. Take care.
All right. Happy weekend. Bye.